Yo, hello. Hello, guys. Hello. Hello, everyone. Today is not a good day, unfortunately. More people dead. There has been a pretty bad strike on Ukraine again. And it's not, the first, not the last. And it's tough. I mean, it's really tough to see civilian people, killed like that by just a random missile. So it's tough, guys. It's tough. I really don't know what everyone is doing, right? To help. Tough day. Tough day. Anyway, we are working on our city asset functionality. By the way, I discovered why the happiness was always 0. There was a wrong conversion to integer while this is a float, and so it was basically truncating it. So I managed to add the ability to click on one of these elements, and then when we click on one of these elements, we can visualize here on the left this panel. Right now, I think this call should go server side, right? I think this call should go server side. At the moment it's not, but I think it should. Because in theory it should come back with the same with the same list of items. Yeah, exactly. So this should work. I mean, if I click on the left or if I click on the right, pretty much should be the same, right? And this panel in the middle should populate with the now. What happens when I click on max though? Because when I click on max, player resource. Player resource stack count. I think here we have a bit of a problem though. I think we have a bit of a problem because I can click on the left or I can click on the right, right? So and they need to have different materials. Who is setting this? Because this comes also with the, okay, I see. Yeah, so I think I have to call exactly the same function. But the problem is that yes, the player will have to click again here on the category. I think it would be nice if they could click also on this thing. So that if they click here or if they click here, it's pretty much the same. I think in terms of But anyway, that's a minor thing. We can always add it. The problem is that if you click on the left, the middle panel should be completely configured with the resources that you may need for that, right? And if you click here, it should be configured with the... So that I don't know exactly how to do, actually. Sorry, it's really hard to focus today. I'm continuously thinking to the next attack, you know, to the last attack again in Sumi. I mean, it's insane. I don't know what to say. Every day, every single fucking day, there is people dying. It's so hard to. It's so hard to cope with that. I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to cope with people, innocent people dying every day. You know, in Ukraine, it's so hard. I mean, there was a strike, you know, this morning again, and there are 30 plus people dead. I mean, they had nothing to do, right, with the war. So it's so insane, really. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Request city resources by category on PC. Request city resources. Here we are not asking for the resources. Here we are asking more for the player. The only thing we want to know how many. Or we send it directly when we click on the category. Yeah, maybe. Is that a better idea? Yeah, the problem is that you can have a lot of items, right? You can have a lot of items. So we have two choices. So one choice is to gather the player availability when we click on this button. And the other is to gather the player availability when we click on this. The difference is that if I do it when I click here, I have to load for every single asset all the resources, and I would say in most cases it's probably not what you want to build. While if I ask there is now this panel, I don't know if this this panel I think knows what this panel knows. Does it know? Well, for sure it knows the resources needed for the item to be built, right? Yes, because it's inside asset. So the only thing that we are missing the player resources on that. But I would like to avoid, right, that I send again this item. Maybe we can have a current item clicked. Yeah, that's probably the easiest. Because when I go here, that's not very easy. Let me think about it. So this is when we click. This line is when we click. And the only thing that we know when we click is the asset widget, right? And but we have, you know, inside of this, we have the asset, I assume, right? Yes, we have the asset. So if we want, we can get the asset from there. But I don't really need the asset now. I need it when the server is answering back to me. So, so what do I request? I request only the asset ID. Well, I need the city and the asset ID. No, I had to reboot my PC, so everything is down. Everything is down. I don't have anything open actually. Oh, why this one is missing the icon? Huh? I'm missing an icon, my boys. That's fine. Can work also without an icon, but so what I need is what I need is the asset ID. And from the asset, I don't know if I need the asset ID or also the city, right? Because I will have to read, or I can just, or I can also pass the asset itself, right? And I can analyze the resources of the asset. Yeah, maybe that's easier though. If I can pass the asset itself, then I can just analyze the resource needed, and then I can extract the player inventory on those resources. Yeah, maybe that's the easiest actually. Okay, so if we want to do, yeah, I think it's a good plan. So let's say that here I need something like request player resources for asset or something like that, right? Request player resources for asset. It's a bit long name, but it's fine. Is you know. Plus I also have to do on PC. Because actually this one will be server and reliable. And server and reliable. And here we will have a city asset. I think we can pass it back. Why not? I mean, it's not a big data, right? I think we can. So this one means I need a new C++ function for it. So we will create a new blueprint callable. And we create a new blueprint callable, and it is player requests resources, available resources to build one asset, okay? Hello, Shadran. How's it going? I mean, today is not a very good day. I mean, the other day there was an attack by Russians on Ukraine, and they killed like 20 civilians. And today there's been another attack on Sumy, and they killed like 30 people that were just passing by, you know, walking on the streets. I mean, it's absolutely unbearable. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's so bad. I mean, it really, I don't know why, but I mean, I think I know why. But anyway, it really affects me, right? So I think that this war in Ukraine is really insane. So yeah, there's been an attack this morning, and there are 32 people killed, right, by one or two missiles. They were just people passing by in the street, right? So, I mean, they were not military people. They were not, you know, there was not a military center. It was nothing like that. It was just like in the middle of the city on a Sunday with people going to church or going to shops, and two fucking Russian missiles targeted the center of the city. I mean, that's absolutely insane. So if you ask me how it's going today, I mean, personally I'm great, but it's very hard to cope with this news. I mean, is insane. I mean, seeing people on the streets dead like this just because a fucking bastard like Putin is decided he needs to attack another country is like unreasonable, right? It's really unreasonable. And is so they have to take, yeah, look at this. I mean, there are like firefighters trying to take people out of the cars because the cars has been burned and destroyed, and there is you know, bodies inside the cars completely destroyed. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's very hard to, you know, to I don't know. I don't know what to say, really. I don't know what to say. So it's very hard, you know, to be happy and to smile with these things happening. It's very hard. It's very hard. It's very hard, and these are only the missiles, right? These are only the missiles that actually reach the target. Because there are a number of other missiles that are not reaching the target just because they are shut down, right, by air defense. But imagine if the air defense was not there, right, or it was not enough, So hundreds of people could die, or even but let's say hundreds of people could die just from one attack every day, right? So there is the intention of the Russians, there is the intention, you know, to kill people, to kill like ordinary people in the streets. And that's like not even thinkable, right? Not even, I mean, it's not acceptable, but it's not even thinkable. So, and the way it is done every single day since 3 years is I mean, he surpasses any human imagination, right? I mean, I know there are wars in other places, right? But this war is different because there are wars in other places where a country is fighting due to very complex political, religious, historical scenarios that have never been solved, and those people have been hating each other since the beginning of their existence. But here is not like this. It is just a superpower that is attacking a small country, right? Like where the resources are like 10 to 1 or 50 to 1, with the intention to basically dismantle a country, right? And that's not, and this is not acceptable. I mean we cannot accept something like this. We cannot accept it. But the problem is that we are not doing enough, right? We're not doing enough. So we are not doing enough. Yeah, I mean, all the prime ministers of all the countries are speaking a lot and saying, yes, we need to give support. They give some weapons, some defenses, but you know, it's really not enough, not enough, not enough. So I don't know. I mean, to me, it's a very bad day, but in general, it's a bad year, and in general, it's a bad 3 years, right? So it's what we are seeing is not reasonable. I mean, it's not something that we can allow as a civilization. And I'm speaking humankind. I'm not speaking like Italy, France, the US, whatever. As humankind, we cannot allow this. We cannot allow this. We cannot. The problem is that I mean, we cannot really see an ending to this unless, you know, all the cities are strongly, right? Strongly answer. All the nations are strongly answering to this. But anyway, I mean, it's I don't know what to say. I mean, it's every day, so it's not a news, right? But there are certain strikes like this one that are particularly emblematic, right? Because they are in the middle of a city with a lot of civilians, and I mean, I remember the first one. The first one probably was the Kramatorsk train station, right? So it's at that level, right? It's at the level of that event. And it's not acceptable. Okay, anyway. What to say? What to say, but guys. What to say? So there should be a function here that we already used for the same very similarly, right? Because we used when we request wait, I think it's easier if I get it from here. When we request yeah, exactly, resources by category, this one, right? Request city resources by category. So this one should extract also the player resources, right? And now I'm just thinking what I have to return. Do I have to return the resources again? Or yeah, I think I have to return the same resource status. Yeah, I think it's exactly the same. Can we make this piece? Can we make this piece a kind of a separate function or not? Resource need of city. There is an FPS city resource need, so there is a completely different structure actually of the one that we have in the added with the storage info. FPS city resource status. Need the storage. Player resource needed to send. Max count, resource QID. Need and max count. Need and max count. Yeah, I think we can reuse this structure. I'm just trying to understand how to reuse it. What is the best way? Because in theory, I mean, this piece is identical, right? And basically he extracts a max count. Starting from where? Starting from what? Starting from the first, starting from the item stats. Starting from item stats. The problem is that okay, but yeah, I think we can at least this piece, right? I think we can make it another function. The only thing that is a bit weird is that so we had only one item, because you see that this array is initialized again here, right? This array is initialized again here. I don't understand this too much. If the player has at least one of these items, add it to the array and send it to the client. If the player has at least one of these items. Well. Wait, but is this thing used anywhere? Ah, this thing is not used. The name is similar, but it's not used. You see that it is player resource to send and it is player resources to send. That is why I was super confused. Okay, so this doesn't exist. I can delete it? Yeah, exactly. I think I can. Yeah. It was a leftover. Okay. Now everything makes more sense. Now everything makes more sense. So we can have at least this piece reused, right? And it is basically taking a PS item stats and is understanding the max count that you currently have. Okay. So I think we can refactor this. Do you think we can refactor with extract method? Let me see what happens. This one we will call it check player resources or check player inventory, check player inventory for resources. It's a bit long, but check player inventory for resources, right? And this one should return what? Should return max count, right? Why can I change it to int? He wants to pass the int as the result. Why? I wanted to return it, which is cleaner. No? Okay, fine. No, let me do it manually because he's doing his best, but he's not doing what we want, right? So we want a function that is called the check player inventory for resources, right? And this one should take one resource item for sure, which is an item stat, and the actual player itself, right? And the actual player itself. This one will return max count, right? This one will return this. Yeah, so all of this this else again, all of this, right? We can split into a separate function that will return an integer, uct manager, right? And the name of the function will be this, and the signature will be a PS item stats pointer, which is basically the item, and then an APS character pointer, which is the player, right? And right. Okay. So now that we have this, right? Now that we have this, we are a bit in a better position because at least we don't have to copy paste all of that, right? And hopefully, right? Hopefully this will work exactly. This will work the same. So in our function, we will definitely have to call this, but we will have to do a bit more than calling this because we will have to create a new FPS resource status with the item ID and yeah, so let me try. Okay. What is our new function? I don't know. Why this thing is oh, good one. Very good one. Very good one. So at the end, as here. Okay, so in theory here we should get our asset. From the asset we get the resource needed, right? These are all the resource needed. So we will have to loop on this resource needed, where resource needed is what? Is an FPS CT asset resource, okay. Is an FPS CT asset resource. And for each of those, right, we will have to create a new array of this. And yeah, we will have to use Cache Manager to actually find out the stats ID. Because in one resource we actually have the item ID, right? And this will return our PS item stats pointer to our one item, whatever, right? And then here, oops, here we will do this, right? So this part will be the same as, yeah, the same as everything else. Okay, now yeah, I think this is already good because this is extracting the resources needed, is finding the item stats. From the item stats is finding the max count, and now is sending back a city resource status where he's sending back this thing where one resource item ID In one result, no, the problem is that this one does not have, wait, I think this one does not have the name, no? Does it have the name in the icon image? Yeah, actually it does. Okay, well, if it does, we can just send it back this way. Why not? It's a bit useless that we are sending back and forth, but it's to keep the same. It's to keep the same format, right? And anyway, it's very few numbers of items. It's like 2 or 3 items only, so it's fine. Now the need should be also inside the resource, no? Yeah, exactly. So the need is already there. And the yeah, and the storage is my max count. Exactly. So after I did this, which is basically scan all needed resources and check player inventory to see how many we have, right? How many we have. Yeah, exactly. So now after that, after that, now after that, I don't think we can send it in the same way though. I think we have to. I think we need I think we need a new function. I guess the question is, do I also need the asset? Do I also need the asset here or not to be sent to the client? So do we assume that when the player clicks, on one of the items in this list, we store it as the current item, and then here we display the current availability and the need, or I mean, I think we can lock the clicking. I mean, if someone click, right? If someone decides to click like crazy. Hello, Fanner. Well, I'm okay, but unfortunately there's been a major strike on civilians again in Ukraine, and 30 plus people died, and is really tough, right? It's really tough to read such news and not be affected by it, right? So my day is going okay, but there is a day of a lot of other people that is going very bad. And yeah. You know, it's hard to smile when people, innocent civilians, are dying. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough, my boys. Okay, so I think with the information that we have, which is basically, now we don't have the asset name, so at least the name, but I think we can get the asset name from. I don't want to send back the asset, right? I think it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think we will. We'll just do this, right? And this may be enough. And this may be enough. Maybe. This may be enough. Now. Yes, now this may be enough, yes. Yes. And we will get the current, so we have to save somehow the currently clicked widget, right? Which is this thing. So when we do this click, WDCT asset, right? When we do this click, there is a WD CT asset. So we can have. Oh, we have it already. What is this? Ah, no, it's just the example. That sucks. I hope you will find a Peter sooner than later. I'm fighting some type of virus, so I'm dealing with a cough, which makes it hard to rest. You're coughing. Heh. Coughing is one of the most annoying things, really, because you don't really have a way to fix it, right? You just have to wait that it goes away, and yeah, you can take some fluids. I don't know how to call them. Some things, right? Some medicines that are like improving the situation in the throat, right? So like reducing the inflammation, but at the end they are not fixing the original problem, because the original problem, yes, is kind of a virus. Or yeah, coughing is very annoying. Also, it's persistent and it lasts a long time, right? You may have a cough for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's super annoying. Yeah. Anyway. The only solution is to be patient, right? In that case, it's just to be patient, knowing that it will go away. I don't think I even want to do this, actually. Because I think we will wait for an answer from the server on this, right? So we will wait for this function. But anyway, on plane shift, I think we're making good progress. You know, pushing through this new functionality, and it's very interesting functionality. I don't know how much we will use. I mean, how we will use it in game, because but I think that I'm building the system, right? And then we will decide how to use it, how often to use it, you know, and what are the benefits. So yeah, but it's a good system, I think. You've been taking Buckley. Yeah, I don't know, because medicines are a bit different between Europe and US. Even between country to country, right? Certain country have different medicines, so something that you know, what is it? I don't know what is it. Okay, so yeah, so basically we need this. We need a receive player resources for asset, and this one is to be called here. Yeah. And this would be on client, right? Okay, at this point, I think I have to recompile, because I need these methods in the editor, right? Yeah, so 30 people dead. I mean, it's like 32 at the moment, so I don't know. They may find more, right? 32 people dead and 99 people injured, of which 11 children, right? So 11 children injured. Imagine, I mean, being a Sunday morning, going somewhere in the city, to the church, to the shops, and 2 children dead. Fucking no sense. Fucking no sense. Fucking no sense. Okay, we recompiled. Yeah, and I know that if you are connecting to the stream, you know, maybe you want to hear something fun, and I understand that. But still, you know, I'm just saying that it hits me quite a bit. Okay. So let's see if we can call our no. We need to call a request player resource for asset. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And this is going here, that then goes here, that then goes here, and that then goes yeah. I think probably a better name would be asset resources, but fine. No, we're not big on names. I mean, it's fine. Oops. Hello, Horror. Hey, thank you for the follow. And welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We are building some functionality for our city management. Okay, so this one goes here, this one goes here, and now here we have, now the only thing that we need now is the win city. And from here we need to call this the receive player resource for asset, which basically is the same name, right? So here we are swapping between so this one is server side, right? These two are server side. Here we are swapping to the client inside player controller, and now from player controller we are going inside the window that we need, where we need to put and show these resources, right? Which is this one. So yep, so that is good. So at this point we will call this, so this is the server answers, so basically server answers with player inventory for this asset, right? And so at this point we make, first of all, we make the middle grid available, right? This middle grid here, we make it visible. And then I would like to see if we can reuse the same function, or anyway modify it as little as possible, because we are already populating the middle panel when you click on the categories on the left, right? So I would like to do the same when you click on an asset. This is why I use the same structures. I use these resource status structures. And actually, we have a function that does that. We have a function that does that, which probably is inside... Well. Setup selected item contribution. Yeah, exactly, this one. Setup selected item contribution. So what this thing needs, it needs the category name, which is what goes at the top. And then it needs the resource needs that we have, right? That we have. So now the only problem is, how the hell does this thing know? I don't know. How many are required? Because many are required. Anyway, we have to remove this category name from here, right? Because this enhance whatever is not a good idea. So this enhance needs to be done before calling this. So this should probably be called something like title. Yeah. Something like title and this thing. And this thing needs to be done before calling that. Okay. Which is nice. So this actually works well. And now. And now. Now basically we have to call this same function, right? The same function. I'm not going to say build, but anyway, we will say it. We have to call the same function when when we are here, right? Yeah, because here we received the answer from the server. For now we will say build, then it's probably not the right name, but fine. Because you're not really building it, you are contributing material to build an item that will be built when you have all the materials, right? But if I have to type that in a small window, probably there's not, I mean, it's a bit too much, right? Yeah. So this will actually... Now the problem I think are the max... Okay, let's see if this works already, right? Because I think we did some stuff, and I want to see if this is actually matching, right, with what the player has in his inventory. I don't know why my phone decided that now there is a idle mode. I never seen that. In idle mode. So now it's showing on the phone. It's showing like a clock and the calendar. But why you have to do that? I don't know. I didn't activate it. I didn't. I don't know. Maybe a operating system upgrade and it's becoming alive. By the way, mainly to the new people, if you have any questions on the game or what we are doing, or if you want to share maybe what you do in game development or what you do in a real engine, please feel free to chat. It's always nice to interact with you guys. I'm streaming also to interact with you. Obviously I'm streaming because it gives me like a rhythm, right? Which is nice. Okay, so in theory if we click here, we get all the items that we can build, right? Now this one, so I cannot build. So if I click on this, nothing happens. But if I click on this one, nothing happens as well. In theory, this click should have triggered the server call, but I don't see it. So unless I didn't save something. It's actually triggering this on the client, but it's not triggering. Why? Maybe I didn't call it. Wait a second. Maybe I didn't do the full call. He's saying hello, right? He's saying hello, and then he's calling the dispatcher. He's calling the dispatcher. The dispatcher is actually bound here. So I assume that display item. Yeah, so in theory, yes, this yeah, exactly. So why is not, because I didn't call the function. Exactly, I didn't call the function. Okay, so I need to call our our player controller, right? And in player controller, I want to call request player resource assets on PC. I want to call this thing. And the asset, that's a good question. Well, no, the asset we have it here because the asset, we can get the asset from the widget, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So this block is the player clicks on one asset, right? Player clicks on one asset. And this is the server answer with the play inventory for this asset. Exactly. Okay, let's try again. I think I can remove the hello. I think we can remove this because anyway we saw that it works properly. So it's actually calling the dispatcher. I think by default when we are clicking on the category, it should hide. Yeah, let me do that. Just for clarity, when you are clicking on the category here, considering you didn't select anything here yet, I think you should hide this panel. I think it's safer, right? I don't know if I'm doing it already. No, I'm not doing it, but I think I should do it. I think I should really do it. Para pa para pa para pa para pa para para pa para para pa. I think I need to check more Mega Man soundtracks. Because I have this one, which is Mega Man 25 anniversary. That is the, right? But it's so good that I don't know how many others Mega Man soundtrack, you know. There are so many. Yeah, there is Mega Man 1, Mega Man 6, Mega Man 8, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man... I mean, the main team will be the same, I guess, but... I mean, if the music is all that good... I think the 25 anniversary is kind of a... best of the best, right? Probably. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this thing. We are building something weird, guys. I don't know if you realize it, but our game is an MMO, and this thing that I'm building now is not really an MMO functionality, right? I mean, it's not something that you find in typical MMO, right? A kind of a city management. I mean, you can find it more in a civilization game or, yeah. More in like turn-based strategy game. But I think it would be nice. I think it would be interesting. I think it would be different and would not be very easy to use for us. I mean, not for the players, but for us. I mean, because we need to then create all the benefits. We need to balance it properly. It needs to make sense, right? So there is a lot. There is a lot that is still unknown at the moment, but I think I have a trajectory in my mind, and that trajectory looks good at the moment. So I think is an interesting feature. It can really shape the game in a way that is different, right? Which is nice, because okay, you are an MMO. Obviously, you have quests, you have fighting, you know, you have progression, you have skills, you have you know, crafting, you have, but you don't usually have city management, right? You don't. Let me just try. So if I click on the left here and then I click on the right, this one should disappear, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. This kind of works as expected then. And when I click this, on this, we are basically also, and if I click this now, nothing happens. But if I click this, okay, good. Well, why there is only one item instead of two? Ah, fuck. Oh no. Yeah, it's listing only the items that I have. It's listing only the items that I have. No, it should list all the items, including the one that I don't have. Yep. So there is a difference, because here we do, if max count is greater than 0, we'll put it here. But in reality, no. We should say send it again, send it anyway, right? Send it anyway. So there is basically add resource need and player availability. Yes, because otherwise we are showing only the it is a different logic compared to the left side, right, of this panel. It's kind of a different logic. But I'm pretty happy that we built all of this. I mean, it's kind of a interesting thing. But I need your help, guys, to think about the benefits, right? I created an Excel file that I can give you. I think if I do it this way, it's appearing both on Twitch and on YouTube. So this Excel file is listing the cost and the benefit. So what we need at the moment, he only has ideas, right? He only has some ideas in here, but we have to think for each of the major category and for each of the tiers. What is the cost? What will be the cost? And what will be the benefit, right? Considering that I would like to scale the cost based on the number of available players. The problem is that let me add this note maybe. Note, no, can I type note? We can say the cost should scale with the average number of players in the last week or something like that, right? So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this yet. Exactly how to do it yet, but that's the way, right? That's the way we want to do it. So for now we should think to, so our reference cost. So let's create a cost for example 10 players online, okay? And then I can scale it up, right? If we have 20, I can multiply by 2. If we have 5, I can divide by 2, right? If we have 1, I can divide by 10. Now, divided by 10 maybe would be too much, but if we have 100, I multiply. So maybe it's not linear scale, right? Okay, so let's set a cost for 10 players online, right? So if we have 10 players online, I think we can do the average of the last week or something like that. Because reading just the current players, connected will make the system completely unreliable, right? What would like our suggestion? Yeah, on Discord there is a thread on Discord dedicated to that. So under general there is a thread called not sure how much you followed last week, and yeah, you can type it there, or you can also type it here in the chat, and then I can, if you want, I can make you an editor. I mean, for the people that I know and I trust, I can make you an editor, but I cannot open for editing to anyone. Otherwise, we will get, you know, the file deleted every 5 minutes. Well, maybe not, but I would like to prevent that. I can make you an editor if you want to, if you wish. For now, it's a collection of ideas, right? Like what could be. At the moment, we are thinking what could be. It's a collection of possible ideas. Hello, Yoko. Yeah, that's the big question. That's the big question. That's the very big question. So, or we do it in cycles. I still need to understand if this thing lives in cycles or not, right? So it may affect. One idea could be that is affecting only when you switch tier, right? And probably that's the way it will be. So basically, when you switch tier, we look at the average number of players in the last week, and we recalculate the cost for the next year. I think it is probably what it should be. Probably what it should be. I don't think it should change it on the fly, right? Yeah, I think that's the only way we can do it, actually. So we store the average number of players somewhere. At the moment, we don't really have this. I mean, we have it because we calculate, we print it on a file just for our you know, review, but just for fun. I mean, it doesn't really have any particular usage, but I can actually write it to the database, right? So that it's something that the game can access easily. And it can go week by week. I mean, like starting Monday, ending Sunday. And I mean, obviously this is prone to some exploit, right? So the player may decide, oh, let's just connect the minimum possible so we have the minimum cost. But I hope, guys, you will not do that. But yeah, in theory you could do that, right? You could say, oh, I'm connecting only on Sunday in the last minute, right? So that I get the minimum cost possible, and then I feel the tier, and then I disconnect. So I don't know, it can be, I mean, if you have another idea, let me know what is the other idea, but we need to figure that out. I think I would like that to scale, or we just don't scale it, right? We just consider roughly how many players we have, and we don't scale it automatically. Maybe we scale it manually, right? Maybe we scale it. Yeah, maybe at the beginning we just scale it manually. Like there is a configuration file, I change the configuration file and I scale it myself. But I mean, in theory, the game should run by itself. Okay, that's cool. Though, so this worked. I don't know why I had 10 before and now I have 0. What? I have 10 of these guys. No. Bro, there was 10 here when it was only 1 item. Now that we have 2 items, it's 0. Why? What the fuck? Oh my god, why this happened? There was a 10. I'm 100% sure there was 10 here. Why now 0? Huh? And by the way, we don't have the name. That's kind of suspicious. Maybe take a 3 months average. Yeah, we can also make it longer. I mean, our player base is pretty much always the same, so I think that at the moment is not a problem, right? But I mean, just designing the feature the proper way, I think we should have some sort of scaling. Because obviously if there is one player online, right, you cannot ask him to put million materials. Right? But I think at the beginning will not be a problem. So because anyway we will we have pretty much the same player base all the time, so it's fine. We can increase it slightly as we go or something like that. Let me understand why we don't have a proper name when we call... okay, so this is good because it works, but I didn't pass the name or what? I didn't pass the name. Okay, easy. I didn't pass the name. Didn't pass the name because I need to do what? I need to get the current item or yes. I need to get the temp current item and extract the asset, and from the asset I get the name. No? I don't have the name. Yeah, I have the name for sure. Yeah, I have the name here. Okay, so at least this will be okay. The problem is, why now we have a 0 there? That's so strange. Because probably this one is reading, wait. This one may be reading the... No, it's not. Ah, yes, it is. Fuck. Ah, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. How do I do it now? How do I do it now? Fuck it. Ah, yes, I have a solution. I can pass the same array twice, and I think it will work. But here I needed the array to be passed to this function then. Yes. So this player resources, maybe let's not call it exactly the same, because I think it would be confusing. Let's call it player availability. Player availability. So this is also a PS CT status. Okay. So now for this we will use this, right? Yeah. And display resource we need it, but we need it only when I really hope there is nothing more that is specific, but it doesn't look like. I think it's kind of fine. Yeah, when we call this, we have two places, right, where we call it. And in this case, it will be player resources, while in the other case, it will be the same array, which is a bit funny, but it's just to, you know, it will be the same array. But that is so that this function can work in both cases, right? So that's the reason why I'm doing this little monstrosity, right? The reason is that, yeah, we need okay, so now we can test it again. There are still few things to do on the ranking, there are still few things to do on, but the foundation is there, eh? The foundation of this thing is there now. It is nearly working, excluding the benefits. The benefits, we're gonna work on it in a second, but I wanted to finish this first. What is the where is it depends on end line, those reach whichever level. Try to non-establish area from the simple one level could reach a smaller town. Yes, Resildren, I was thinking that about the I think I even mentioned that, no? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I think I discussed it somewhere. But yes, I had the same kind of the same idea of under infrastructure and roads, right? This thing, which is basically infrastructure and trade, right? You could have additional pterosaur locations. It is not super easy to do because but yeah, but it could be, I think it's a very good one. So basically we can decide a number of locations around the map and the pterosaurs will send you there. I think it's a good idea. It's a very good idea. There will be no return, right? So it's only one way, but it's better than nothing, right? I mean, it's already good. It's already good, yeah. Pa, 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 pam. Pa, 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 pam. Pa, 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 pam. Okay, so if I click, oh, nice. Now I see the 10. Yeah. So now the name is correct. Build barricade high 1. You have 0. Okay, if I go max, oops. If I go max, nothing works. Yeah, the max doesn't work yet because the max is working on the previous system, right? I mean, it's working on the left side, unfortunately. So yeah, you see, the left is yeah. So on the right side. Dude, by the way, it's not cleaning up. Huh? Now it worked. Why? What the hell? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. No, because the max buttons are designed for the left side of the window, right? And unfortunately, I think that all of this is hard-coded. Let me see. Item 3 validate amount. Item 3 validate amount. Edit box. Validate amount. Is numeric, new value, player resource. New value, player resource. And player resource is coming from where? It's coming from... yes, this is not correct. Player resource stack counts. Yeah. I mean, the reason this is not working as expected is because at the moment the game doesn't know. I mean, this panel in the middle doesn't know if you are coming from the left side or from the right side. It doesn't know. It doesn't know. So, and at the moment for the max, I mean, the plus and the minus I think are... Yeah, but also the plus and the minus is the same problem. Because it's still taking this. Player resource stack count. And also resource needs, by the way. And also resource needs. So basically I need a way, right? I need a way to change Just 1 second, guys. 1 second, I'm answering a phone call. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to reason on how to make the middle panel actually work for both sides, right? Because this is what I need. 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 So we have. So the good part of the right side is that need and availability are together. So I cannot really mess that up, right? I cannot mess that up. But the problem is that here I have a different variable, right? I have I'm passing the need. I don't know why I'm passing the need. Because of the need, I'm using only the storage, I guess. What I'm using the need and the storage. The need. Ah, true. Oh fuck. Yeah, I just realized that we are missing a piece. Wait a second. I don't have what we already provided. Well, but I have it on the asset. I have it on the asset. I have it on the asset. True. That is correct. So in theory here I should have 3 values. I should have player resource, need, and current storage, right? I think if I change it this way, I can then do a branch. I can then branch here and say, if you are coming from the right or the left, use different values, right? This will mess up a bit, this wall thing, but I think it's the only way. I think it's the only way. Then I will have the same problem with the give, right? Because when you click on give, when I click on give, hey, yes, this thing is geared towards that. But in theory, the logic is the same. In theory, the logic is the same. It will be a different give because the give will be for an asset, right? But yeah, I think that pretty much I need to know, right? I need to know if I'm operating on the city or on the asset. So that is something that I need to know. And then based on that, I can do the change, right? Based on that, I can do the change. Yes. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this thing. So the first thing I need to do, I will have to break this, and I will have to pass separately the need and the storage. The need and the storage. Yes. So basically I'm splitting this, right? Basically I'm splitting this. So this becomes this becomes like this, right? This becomes like this, need and storage. And then need goes here. And storage goes here. Okay, and this need asset in theory is not needed anymore, but before deleting it, because they will make a bit of a mess here, right? Before deleting it, let me connect this one. So this one makes it generic, and yeah, but I need a this is going to look like a mess, huh? I think so. It is going to look like a mess, my boys. Let me try this. Let me try. No! What do you mean? It's not inside of that? No. No. Okay. Yeah, because this one will become way bigger, right? Way bigger. Way bigger because this player clicks on right side, clicks on assets categories. Hey guys, this functionality seems simple, but it's complex. It's complex. There's nothing to say. It's complex. Because it does a lot, right? It does a lot of different things. So that's the problem. It does a lot of different things. It does a lot of different stuff. So okay. So this monster, this little monster needs to go here and there. Oh my god, this is looking ugly. This looks very ugly. Also because you know what we will have to do? We will have to let me think if there is a better way. Is there a better way? Well, the way will be to put all of this in temporary variables, right? So we have like 3 temporary variables, which is the player resource, the need, and the storage, and then we execute it, right? And maybe also the delta value. Okay. I think that looks probably a better idea. So if I add a temp, let me just check how many temp I have. But I think we need to clean this up because like it is now is a mess. It's a total mess. So I think what we can do, we can have a temp delta value, a temp player resource, temp player need, temp player storage. I mean, if we could have a small struct, that would be golden actually. One, two, three, and 4. Should I make? No, I'm thinking if I should make a small struct, right? Just to hold these 4 values, and we call it. Validate change. We put it there, and then we pass it through. I think it's not a bad idea. The problem is that I need to do what? I need to create like if I do a struct skill description, can I use that? Yes, I can. Yeah, exactly. So something like this. So I will have a structure like this. I will fill the value, and I will put it into a variable, and then we will call the validate change, and then I will do, if we are on the right side, these are the value. If we are on the left side, these are the values, and basically this piece of code will work anyway, right? This piece of code will work anyway, and this graph will be so much cleaner. And then on the give, no, on the give will be the same. So it's only for this actually. I mean, we can do it. In theory, we need it. Wait, let me check one thing. I think we need the delta value and we need the absolute value, because we also have another function, which is when the player clicks on max, right? And here we will have the same problem. Or we always take the delta value. Yeah, we always take the delta value. So in reality, we should call it value. Here we can call it value. Player resource. Need and storage. This will make it nicer. Because otherwise that graph will become insane, I tell you, will become really, really, really insane. So now I can add a new temp, give amount, a new temp give amount. I mean a new variable, that's what I'm saying, right? And this will be our struct city. Okay. So now what we can do, exactly. Now it's a bit big visually, but it's fine. So basically what we can do here is to set oh my god, this thing is weird anyway. So now this will take a struct ctrest check, right? This will fuck up everything, I tell you. Yeah, this will fuck up like everything. And now but there is a reason I'm doing this, so just bear with me, okay? I know that it looks weird, but is the right way. Otherwise, this will become too complex and unmanageable. Absolutely unmanageable. We will become completely unmanageable. Because there will be too many redirections and I will go completely crazy in managing them. So exactly. So this thing will be like this now. So with this temporary structure, which is just holding that, which I think is nice. And yeah, obviously everything is, yeah, I know, everything is fucked at the moment, but we will fix it. So this goes into player resource. This is -1 because we are on the minus sign. The need in the storage is this, okay? And this goes here. So basically all these ones we can now disconnect and delete, right? And on the plus sign is the same. With the difference there is a plus instead of minus. But it's exactly the same. Now it's still becoming a bit of a mess, huh? Now that I look at it, because this will be +1, right? And the rest will be the same. So need storage, Player resource, player resource. So actually, I mean, the number of lines that we have here is pretty much the same. The problem is that we now we now have to split. We now have to split because I need to know if I'm coming from the left or from the right. This will be a new variable. This will be a new variable. And it will be called is city category give, right? It's a bit of a long name, but is city category give. So whenever we arrive from whenever we arrive from here, whenever we arrive from here, then come on. Whenever we arrive from here, then is city category give is set to true. And whenever we arrive from here, right? And whenever we arrive from here is off. So now we know if we come from the left or from the right, right? So if the player clicked on a category on the left, or if he clicked on a category and then on an item on the right, so that we can configure the middle panel based on that, right? And it is already in the server response, right? So is the right time. Now the problem is that if you click on plus or minus, right? If you click on plus or minus, this should actually make a difference if you are arriving from the left or from the right. And the same it will do if you are, wait. If you are giving a material or if you're pressing max, right? So now this is our master item. And so the difference will be that, yeah, so the difference is that we need a branch, right? We need a branch. And the branch arrives from here. And this is why I did this, because without this, it would have been a complete mess. I mean, it will already be a mess, I tell you, but it would have been even more of a mess. Even more of a mess. So basically now the difference is that if yeah, probably this should really go in the middle or not. I mean, it's about the same. There will be 1 million lines anyway. There will be 1 million lines. That's the problem. But I don't know how to do it differently. Or we do this in C++ maybe, and because yeah, at least I can keep only one line for this. At least. But basically, if yeah, we have these two cases, right? If this is true or if this is false. So if this is true, we take these values, right? If it is false, wait just a second, because I just put them in. I think let's do it this way. Yeah, this one is already correct for the true. So yeah, this one is correct for the true. So it's taking the player stack count, is taking the need from the resource status, yes, and it's taking the storage from that. And the -1 is because we have a minus. Okay, fine. Now if it is false, I need to get this from my current asset or what? I need to get this from what? Oh my god. I have to get this from bum 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 bum. Set up selected item contribution. Freaking hell. The problem is that this thing is not a separate widget, right? This thing is not a separate widget. And I think that was a very bad choice. Because this is a separate widget, but this thing in the middle is not, and I think it's a very bad idea. Because the result, right, the result of this is that now whenever I have a function that is working on this thing, I have to put it inside my WinCity info. Well, actually I can make another graph. Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. I can just separate by graph. Now, because variables, right? Variables are not part of like here we need this variable. We need this resource status, but this resource status is going inside this setup selected item contribution. These two are not saved anywhere. They are not saved anywhere. Super annoying, right? Actually, this is not really true because player availability. Wait, it's not completely true because player availability. Because we have these resource needs, right? We have these resource needs. Can I? Player resource stack count. I'm thinking if I can make the two work in the same way. So instead of that is what I don't understand. How is this player resource? How is this player resource even getting set? Ah. Oh my god. It is kind of a hack Okay, we are hacking things here. Yeah, so we just create a temporary array, we set it here, and we assume that that stays. Well, we could do the same in the other case though. We could do the same. Oh, actually, we do the same. We do already the same because this function is called in both cases, huh? Ah, okay. So player stack count contribution is already correct. Ah, so the only difference is resource need. Wait, okay, so this one is already correct. The only difference is resource needs that does not correspond to. But I can set it on top. Yeah, let's do that. So I don't even need to know. That would be very nice. Okay, maybe we have a better solution. So if I set, because resource needs is a general, yeah. So let's do this. When we arrive from here, we set resource need equal to this guy. Yep. Equal to this guy, so that we can keep the this is done to keep the middle panel functional, the middle panel compatible with both left side or right side selections. Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is very good, guys, because this is simplifying whatever I wanted to do by a million. And you know what? I think that now we can probably do. We can probably keep the delta value then. And just have this structure for these three values. Player resource, need and storage. Now, but in this case, it will work anyway, right? It will work anyway. It will work anyway. I don't even need this, right? Well, I need it later, but I don't need it now because this. The only problem is that no, there is no problem. There is no problem. This thing will be insane to debug, but fine. So it was like this before, right? So we were taking need and storage. Then I decided to split it. But then, because I didn't realize that I could reuse this one is exactly in the same way. So before there was no need and storage, right? Yeah, exactly. And I think I'm going to delete it again. So this is how it was. This is how it was. And okay. This is greatly simplified. If this works, this is greatly simplified because basically I can avoid, at least in this part, do things differently if I'm left or right? It's the same. And this means that this goes back to what it was. And I'm just changing the array. I mean, obviously I need... obviously I still need this, right? And I still need this. But this is exactly as it was. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. Because I basically changed the source array instead of changing the function that is parsing them. So now the source array has the proper information, no matter if you come from the left or from the right. And it's a bit redundant because we have this, but we decided to fill this in anyway. So it's correct. So we are filling an additional array for just to have this function stay compatible, and I think it's fantastic. So I think this will work. In theory, it will work. In theory, it will work, and it's making this so much simpler by much. Now here I don't know because here we have what? Yeah, here this is still correct. This is still correct. This is still correct. Yes, all of this is correct. Yeah, this remains exactly the same. Exactly the same. Now, the difference is obviously the give. The give. Because... because in the give, this stays all the same. But here I need to make a differentiation, right? Because if I'm putting in materials from the right side or the left side, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. So if this is CT, we go to CT. But if it's not city, we need a new function just to give the assets, because at the moment this is just giving the resources to the city category. We need a similar one, which is request. At the moment we have only one. We only have one give, right? I think we only have one give. Where is it? Here. We only have one give. We need two give, because we need one. Okay, so this would be request. Okay, this will be request city player give asset on PC, and this will be server unreliable. And I think we'll have pretty much the same parameters, right? So we will have the city ID. You will have the, well, category. In theory, I can derive the category from the asset. So I don't think I really need the category. Well, unless the same asset is present in multiple categories, but that I think will never happen, right? So the category I don't think I need. And then I need the player give, which is the, but then I need the asset, right? I need the asset actually. I don't know if I just want to have the asset ID or if I want to give the whole asset. Well, the asset ID, let me think about it. In theory, the only thing that we are using of the asset, I think, is the asset ID. Because I don't understand exactly what I have to do on the client, on the server side when I receive the asset. So I receive the give and say, oh, I'm giving that much materials, right, to the asset. So I will have to go search the asset. Where we have to search the asset in my FPS city asset. So I will have to get it by ID. Yeah, I will have to do this anyway. So yeah, so I mean, having the wall asset doesn't really help me. But where the hell I'm storing the resources by asset by category? I'm storing them here. Yes. So I will have to go to the city. Then I will have to search inside the city this structure, and by asset ID set by asset ID set where the item ID, the storage. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think the asset ID is enough. Basically, this is what I'm saying. The asset ID is enough. So the city ID and the asset ID, right? City ID, asset ID. And then we need this. We need this thing. Right? So this player gives resources for one asset. Player gives resources for one asset. Now this one we don't have yet in our C++ code, right? No value will be returned by reference. What do you mean? I don't understand this. But anyway, we need then to create, we need to create a function. We need to create a method here which is blueprint callable, similar to this. Player gives material to the city for one asset. Yeah, and gets points and gets ranking points for it, for sure. I guess, yeah, I think so. So this will be request player city give asset. City ID, asset ID, and resource give, right? So this is what we need. And then there will be an answer right after that, but the answer is not super simple. So let's arrive up to here, and I think this is already a good addition. I will have to rename the stream of today because it's not player benefits. It's not city benefits. It's still city assets give. City assets give. That's what it is. I don't think we will arrive to the benefits today. I was hoping for, but there is still a lot to do. Okay. So here we will have to handle the give. Let's call it asset player give, whatever. Player give asset. I don't know, yeah, like having these names all upside down, but it's the same. Player give for asset, and yeah. In theory, the signature is this one. The signature is this, yes. And the signature is this, right? City manager. City manager. City manager. What is that? No, it's not here. It's here. Okay. Player, whatever. This is the player sending, right? Player request to give resources for one asset. Right? One asset. Okay. Then we will decide what to do here. Now I'm a bit far from that because we still have all this part that is broken. So let's by the way, I think we deleted completely the city struct. So that struct think it's not needed anymore, right? Struct city category, struct city item. Yeah, but this struct that I created for the city check, I think we can delete it. Ah, it's actually used. No, I don't think. Ah, because we have a variable. We have a temp, I guess, somewhere. No? Huh? What is this used? What do you mean it's used? It's not used, no? It's saying that it's used by this window. Struct city check res, but I deleted it. In fact, it doesn't find it. I think I'm just gonna remove it. I think I'm just gonna remove it. I don't know what he deleted, but whatever he deleted, I think it was something that we were not using. Because all of this should still be functional, right? Yeah. Yeah, all this is still functional. Okay, so let me recompile and see if we get those methods. And we can use them. You pop 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 pop. We are getting there, guys. We are getting there. We are surely getting there. Okay. Okay, so now we should have. Now we should have. I don't know why this thing is saying this, right? So is it because we have display resource give that I copied from the other, or what is? Huh? Yeah, I think because I dragged it from here, and so it became something different. Okay, fine. Okay. You're very silent, guys, huh? You're very, very silent. So now, when we click on give, because that's the point, right? We did all this mess to the two, yeah. When we do give, then we will have two functions, exactly. So we will have this one, and we will have give asset. Give asset, where the city ID is the same one. The category we don't care. The asset ID, I think we have a current asset selected, if I remember right. Right, so it can come from this now. Yes. Yes. And then we have the player resource give, which is exactly the same. Okay. Okay, that is very good. So now the give button is working for both. Yeah, the give button is working for both. Now the min, the minus, the plus, the max should all work as well, in theory. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see what mess we did, guys. Okay. Okay, so now the system should work if I arrive from the left or from the right, right? Like now I selected this, and this is saying that I need 040, 030. So if I click on max, it should go to 10, yes, but let me add more items so that I have more than 30. Let me add more items. So iron ore. Okay, now I have 60, right? Now I have 60. So if the system is smart enough, it should go to 30. What the fuck? Minus 30? Why minus? Why minus 30? What? Why minus 30? Minus 30? Huh? Minus? Wait. Let's try with a wood. White oak wood. So with the wood I have 50 as well, and we require 40. It goes to minus 10. Hello, Tripton Reality. I don't know if you answered this, but are there tiers tied to real time or player in game time? Are the tiers tied to real time or player in game time? Well, at the end it's the same. We just have to decide the scale, right? So I would say both, because player time is connected to real time, but we just have to decide the scale. At the moment I didn't yet decide the scale. So the consumption, right? This part, the consumption. Yeah, but let's say we will set it like the way I've set it now is based on real time. Yes, it's based on real time. Just because it's simpler, right? I don't have to divide by 5, I think, but it's the same. Yeah. But we have to decide the scale of the consumption. We don't know yet. I have no idea why this thing is going to minus 10. Whatever I click is going to minus 10. So definitely something is fucked up. It seems to be my total minus the required, right? So or I inverted certain probably I inverted something, because it kind of makes no sense that is it the same for the second? Yeah, it's the same for the first or the second, because I have manipulated a bit more the first because I did all those tests, right? But in theory, so I don't understand why. Maybe I connected it wrong. Delta value, player resource. There is a minus here actually. Okay, maybe I inverted this too. I don't know. Resource check. Need and storage. I do the need minus the storage. Maybe it was the opposite before, I don't know. In theory I can compare it, right? Now I show you something cool. If I do this, if I do revision control, history, no, diff against depot, it will show me the blueprint, the way it's been checked in source control, and the one that I have now. Now it is a very big blueprint, so it may take a bit, but let's see. Hopefully it's doing it. Yeah, it's doing it. And now we can go inside, I think, validate change. Right, validate change. Yeah, so we had our need. Yeah, we actually had the need minus storage, so it's exactly the same. So it's exactly the same. Or I inverted, because you see that is the same, right? It's the same. It's the same. So or I inverted for whatever reason, but I don't think so. Do you think I inverted the need and the storage? Nah. I mean, it's not even possible, I guess. Resource check. Well, maybe I did. Need and storage. No, it's actually correct. So this is what I have, and this is what. So this is what is needed, and this is what I have, right? So wait a second. No. 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 Because the player resource is separate, right? The player resource is another value. I mean, more likely if a player takes a 3-month break, will they just be back at the bottom of the tier even though they haven't used the benefit during the time they were away? Remember that benefits and all of this are multiplayer, right? So it's not one player. This is not a one player screen, right? It is everyone's screen. So I can contribute 5 iron ore, and you can contribute 5 iron ore, and Yoko can contribute 10, and so they all add up. Now, after we together reach the actual value, we all get a benefit. So it's a multiplayer function. So if you go away from the game, yes, you will lose it for sure, because the benefit is based on the game time, right? So it's not your benefit, it's the benefit of everyone else. What you have the ranking. So in the ranking, you may be number 1, right? And maybe here we will have a specific benefit for the one that is ranked number 1. But this one I still need to think about it a bit, because I'm not sure that I really want this, right? Like for example, here is a guild. Number 1 is a guild, but number 2 is a single person. It's a person without a guild, right? And this is a person without a guild. There is a guild. There is a person. Because you can contribute as a guild or you can contribute individually. But this part I still need to think about, right? If I want to give bonuses also to, I mean, if the ranking is already kind of a show off by itself, and maybe it's good enough. I don't know. You know, I think what is the problem here? The problem is that, so let's say the need is 40, right? And this, yeah, I think I'm putting in the storage something that in theory is inside player resource. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So this thing is not really compatible. Fuck. It's not really compatible. Shit. So this resource status is different than this resource status. No. Wait, did I break it also on the left then? Wait a second. So infrastructure, right? If I do plus, no, here it works, you see? On this side it works. On the right side is working as expected. Yeah. On the right side is working as expected. So on the left side. On the right side is broken. On the right side is broken. But in theory, this, right, if I read it, is correct because it's using the same. Wait, though, wait. Because here we have two, right? Here we have the resource need to send, and we have the player resource to send. Yeah, exactly. And here we are sending two values because we also have the store. So we're using the same structure. Yeah, we're using the same structure, but in one case we are sending the play. Yeah. That's the okay. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. Now it is fucked. Now it is fucked. It has to be the same as the other one. It has to be the same, but how do I know? Wait, how do I know? How do I know the... Yeah, I'm not counting the needed resources. Asset resources, right? Which is this actually. Which is asset resource storage. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I see. I see. So I need anyway the two arrays because otherwise I don't. Yeah, because I have three values and two. Okay, I think I understand the issue. The names are a bit confusing, but anyway. So here I'm checking the resource needed, right? And basically for each one of those, I need to read so this is oh fuck, I don't have the city. No, the city is inside city asset, right? I need to get the city, get the city by ID. Where I hope I have the city ID here. I don't have the city ID. No, I don't have the city ID. That's pretty bad. No, I need the city here. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. So this needs the city ID as well. So we need to do a few changes because here I did a bit of a mess. Okay, we need the city ID, right? Then when we have the city ID, when we have the city ID, I have to get my city, my real city. And why I need the real city? Because my real city holds asset resources, which is the resources that I already stored for that particular asset, right, in the city. Yeah, exactly. And inside of this, right, inside of this, right. Now, by the way, this is not a pointer, which is kind of annoying. But okay, it is not a pointer, huh? So these are the city asset. These are the city asset resources. Actually, the city asset resource storage. Yeah, exactly. City asset resource storage. Okay. Now, for each of these guys, right, I need to find. No, one resource I cannot. I can say one storage. Yeah, one storage. Otherwise, it's the same as above. For each of this one, I need to find how many I have, right? And the way to find it is that I need to double check that one storage asset ID. No. One storage well, yeah, I have to check both. I have to check that one storage asset ID is equal to asset ID and one storage item ID is equal to one resource item ID, right? So this means that we are exactly in the same asset, same ID. And then if this is true, right? If this is true, then I have my one storage, right? And one my storage is current storage. Exactly. So okay. So here we check how much we already stored. Here we check how much the player has. Now, I will have to use the same technique, right? Now it is very redundant, super redundant, super fucking redundant, but it's okay. It's okay. So -1. So where do we put this thing? Let me see. So that we do it the same as we did above. So above we have the need and the storage, and below we only have the player. Okay, the need and the storage. So here we have the need and the storage, and here we have only the player availability. Okay, so this now in theory should be identical to the other, right? And if my theory is correct, now we have to change this because now we have to pass the city. But Yeah, if you have any ideas, guys, on the system, yeah, let me know. I mean, this thing is still very open, right? I'm building it for the first time, and we can do changes. We can do changes. There is just a first implementation. Now, I think we are on the right track, but agriculture could reduce harvesting time. Let me see. Agriculture, increase harvesting amount, reduce harvesting time. That's a good point. That's a good point. You could also add a random drop of seed from harvesting that could be turned in for tier 2 benefit of reduced time. Why? Add random drop of seeds from harvesting that could be turned in for tier 2 benefit of reduced. Okay, so like that. That I don't know if it's a great idea. It's too complex. It's too convoluted. Another benefit could be a special harvesting sack. He has more individual slots and maybe a special icon, kind of like the glyph sack. Hospitality service benefit could be reduced cost in goods from specific vendor depending on what resources you are providing. Maybe a special item like saddlebag for your mounts. I think reduce cost in good for specific vendor is a bit risky, but I will put it in the list. I will put it in the list anyway, but I think it's risky because the risk is that you go below the maximum discount, right? And if you go below the max discount, we have a problem because you can basically make money just by buying and selling continuously to the same NPC. So we have to be a bit careful on that. I'm reading on Discord the ideas. Saddlebag for the mount. Saddlebags I think we will have anyway in the future, but special threat for mounts like feel hunger better than normal food. That's a very good idea actually. That's a very good idea. Like the pets are less annoying. I think it's kind of a good idea. We can. If you plan on building out agriculture more, add semi-processed good also be an option like cleaning grain, removing chaff from the wheat, removing corn, kernel from the cob, mailing grains, collecting milk from any collecting fibers, collecting egg, which should be added as a random spawn in place of Kikita similar how plants harvesting works. I think right now you have a kill for egg, which feels weird. Yeah, true. Collecting honey. I'm trying to think other cooking ingredient that don't currently have processing mechanism. Yeah, this is going in the direction of changing crafting, which is a possibility, but at the moment it's a bit... Okay, so where is the city ID that we are missing? Yeah. We are missing the city ID. How do we get the city ID? We get it from... What? We get it from city. We have city. We have city. We have city ID everywhere, no? I mean the city... Huh? City ID. Boom. City ID, city ID. Yeah, that is nice. But we need to city ID is usually coming from, yeah, exactly, city info, right? Because we have it for sure. We have it, boys. think the good ideas overall. Good ideas overall. I added those to the Excel, to the spreadsheet. About tier 1 enabling some additional harvesting that is needed for tier 2. I feel is too complex and convoluted, too complex. I would avoid such connections, such yeah. Is it searching or no? Huh? Okay, it's not searching. It just decided that it's not good thing to do. Okay, CTID. So we get CT info, and then we break. We pass the ID. Okay, so now we also have the CT info pass through, right? Now the question is, do you think that now it will be correct without me doing anything else, or I don't think so, because now we have we didn't even fuck, I didn't change this. We are not passing this information on receive player resources for asset, right? Receive player resources by category. Yeah, it's basically the same that we did here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so now we should have both arrays, right? And is the same as for the left side. Yeah, we were missing a bunch of stuff, but now it should be. I don't know. Sorry for the noise. These poor guys, bro. Anyway. Yeah, I was watching the news on the Ukraine strike, and there is even more people dead, so it's insane. I don't know what to say. The numbers are growing because now they are finding people behind, below the rubble, and it's insane. I'm so sad that another strike like that kills so many innocent people. Is really hard to take in. It's really hard to take in. Para pa 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 para pam. Okay, so now in the call that we receive from the server should have both arrays, right? Let me just see what we have to do with these arrays, because now uh-oh. What? No? What? Oh? What? Receive player resource for asset. Yeah, exactly. Wait, maybe I need to delete this one and it will work somehow. No. What the fuck? Well. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Wrong place, wrong place, wrong place. Wrong place, wrong place, wrong place. Is here. Yeah, exactly. 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 I was like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell is going on in this life? Okay. Okay, so now the question is, what do we do with this to make it compatible with the other, right? Because now we can do this, fine. And so now in our city info, we have both arrays, right? So can we set them both? So now can we do, yes. So we have to do, so, okay. This is done to keep the middle panel compatible. Okay. No, I understand that. Okay, I'm just gonna test it this way, because thinking through all of this, it would take me like 2 hours. But if I can just cross my fingers and hope that it works, maybe it will, right? Or anyway, if we see a bug, we will see what it does and we will have better understanding. Because we did a lot of changes. But basically what I try to do, I try to bring the right panel information equal to the left, so that now we are sending the same data, right? And so in theory we have the same setup, so it should work. It should work, my boys. Pum 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 pum. Phoenix, I see you. Phoenix, I see you walking around. And also Constrabus, I see you. I don't look at that very often, but I watch it now. Okay. How many times I click on this button already? Okay, so now we want to see if the... Oh, wow. Really fucked up. Really fucked up. Okay, what did I do wrong? So these values are not correct. Let me see. Add, resource send. No, this part seems to be okay actually. Resource item, one resource item design. Because the storage one. So for some reason, this thing is empty, right? I mean, obviously it's not empty if I click on the left, because the left works. But the right is still not working. So here we don't get any items to display, which is a bit weird. City resources to contribute 0. Checking asset, I barricade 4. Checking asset, barricade high 1. Resources to display 2. Yes, in theory, yeah. So it's saying there are 2 things to display. City resource to contribute 0. Why? City resource to contribute 0. Did I mess up the item ID? No, the item ID. Why? This array comes out as empty. Because you see this printout is saying city resource to contribute 0. City resource to contribute 0. So it means that this array is empty. How can that be empty actually? This array is empty. This means that this array is empty. That means that it's weird, huh? I didn't connect it. Maybe I didn't connect it. Yeah, maybe I didn't connect it. Maybe I just didn't connect it. Ah, I didn't connect it. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, we have another bullet to shoot. Another bullet, let's see. Maybe it's correct now. Maybe. This Shenmue 2, I mean, is always played. I don't know. Do you think the randomization? Well, it's also true that this Shenmue 2 is like 80 songs. Oh my god, how many songs this thing has? Let me check a second. How many songs is that album? Maybe I have it double? I don't know, maybe I have it double. Or is it really a huge... Oh my god, it's like 100 songs. Shenmue 2, 100 song. 100 songs. Are you crazy? 100 songs. Who freaking wrote 100 songs for a game? They don't even speak about the soundtrack. They don't speak about the soundtrack on this article. What the fuck? Bro, the guy wrote 100 songs. It's a 2 discs compilation. No, it's not 100 songs. Then why I have 100 songs in that directory? Let me see. Hey, no, I have 100 songs. I have way more than this. One. It's completely different, by the way. It's completely different, so it's something else, actually. Well, the names are kind of the same, but... I don't know. Okay, anyway. Anyway... How many songs do we have in total? These are the songs for the stream, right? We have 3,667. I added 3 new albums recently. I don't remember which ones, but no, let me see. I added, what did I add? I added Daggerfall. I added Daggerfall, which is the Elder Scroll number 2. I added Oblivion, which is Elder Scroll number 3. And I added Cat Quest, which is kind of a fun game that I had on the Epic installer, Epic launcher. Ah, now better. Can we have the max work? Ah, now it works, my boys. I think we did it. Ah, we did it. 40 and 30. Ah, very nice. If I switch this side. Ah, very well. Okay, so you can just click on, basically what you will do, right? You will click on a category here and then you will say max, right? This is what you're gonna do. Or you click here defensive structures and you say, oh, I want to build this barricade, right? And you click max. I don't know why these numbers are not resetting when I click on the right side. That's not very good, actually. They reset when I click on the left, but they don't reset when I click on the right. Let me see why. I need to fix that, huh? We need to fix that. The video game music is fantastic, guys. It's fantastic. I really like it. Yeah, you see, we have this thing, right? When we receive this, we should do this as well. There is a lot of fantastic music. The problem is that after the game, you know, is gone, no one will ever listen to that music again. It's such a pity, right? Such a pity. I mean, you listen to Michael Jackson even if he's gone, right? But you don't listen to Daggerfall music even if he's gone. Why? Tell me why. Okay, so this is So you have the chance on this channel to actually listen to that music again. Also for games that are completely gone and no one will ever play again, right? By the way, Daggerfall is free on Steam. If you look at Daggerfall, I mean, I've been there. I can show you if you want, but it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Do you want to see it a second? I will show you a second. It's incredible. You will be blown away. You will be blown away by what they had in Daggerfall 2. You will be blown away. I mean, obviously the graphic sucks, right? But where is it? And now I told you and I cannot find it. Why? I see. I will show you, I will show you. I will show you. I think this game influenced me so much unconsciously. Because this game has a lot of what we have. And I played it when I was a kid. But I probably forgot about it enough. And then I put so much stuff, right, into plane shift. That is, yeah. I hope it's loading. It is loading. Okay, so first of all, I mean, I don't know if I can make the window a bit larger. Probably not. I cannot, but it's fine. First of all, this game is what, 1993, 1992? Wait. The Elder Scroll Daggerfall release date, right? 1996. Okay, 1996. So imagine 1996, right? 1996. Imagine that. So here I am in the city, right? Here I am in the city, and there are a million buildings, right? So if I look at the map of the city, look at this. This is the map of one of the many cities, and look at how many buildings they are. And in many of these buildings you can actually enter. Not all of them, but many of them you can actually enter. Look at how big is this freaking city. It's insane. For 1996. And this is just one city of the many. Then, when you walk around, you have random NPC. You have random NPC that you can actually speak with. They all have a name and last name. And you have already the possibility with predefined speech. Wait, the music is a bit too loud. Bam 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 bam. Wow, it was already at 8. Okay. So you have NPC, right? And you can ask about the location. And you can go like, where is it? Where is a bank, right? Where is a bank? And where is the bank of Daggerfall, right? And she's saying, listen, I don't give direction to people who talk to me like that. Okay, because it was normal. She wanted to be polite. Then you also have the tone. You can decide the tone that you speak with. We speak to the people. So you can speak bluntly, normally, polite, right? I appreciate your direction. The best way to go very nearby here is show the Bank of Daggerfall on your map, right? And she's even adding the thing to your map. Or you can say any news, right? You can say any news. And she's saying Vanifar Cavalon is the new Baroness of Cairo, whatever. Or you can ask about a specific guild, right? And she has nothing to say on this guild. Okay, some stuff, you know. And you say goodbye. But these are random NPC, right? Random NPC. Now, if I look at if I go at the map, right? Now look at this map. Look at this map. Look at this fucking map. Every dot, I don't know if you see it enough on your side. This is one of the regions, right? This is one of the many regions. What the fuck is this? So, this is one of the regions of the game. One of the regions. Every dot on this map is something. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Every dot is a point of interest or something, and it is one of the regions. So if I go with my mouse and I mouse over, look at the top, it's saying this one is the Dancing Dragon Hostel. This one is Gotford, which is not a city. This one is the Old Coppering Place. This one is the Morton Manor. This one is the farm of someone. This one is the wood. This is kind of a forest of something. There is Gallowtail. So it is insane. It is absolutely insane. And it is one region. It's one region. Look at the map. Look at the freaking map. It's ridiculous. I don't know, boys. That is, to me, it is freaking mind-blowing for 1996. I mean, I understand that many of these dots is like one house, right? Or one NPC. But some of these dots are cities. And look, some are dungeons. The red one are dungeons, right? So this one are dungeons. I don't know. I think it's insane. So I don't know how many total locations he has, but I think it's thousands, right? It's not in the hundreds. I think it's in the thousands. And at the moment we are here, it's also telling you where you are. At the moment we are here in Daggerfall, I think, right? Yeah, Daggerfall. This is the city. But if you go outside, and you can also fast travel, right? Yeah, let's try to fast travel like randomly and see what happens. So like if I fast travel here, what is the Gathering Farms? Okay, let's fast travel here. Cautiously. Begin. Boom. And we are there. Right? We are there on the map. Where is this freaking farm in the middle of nowhere? And he even has flowers. Can I take any of this? Probably not. There are 2 NPC. Well. Where is a regional, right? Where is a regional temple? So you can say, tell me any temple that you know about of this particular god, and she's telling you the city where this is. I mean, it's insane. Yeah, and the NPC are fucking up a bit. Like there is one that is right, one on top of the other. I don't know why, but there are the pigs, and the pigs make noise. By the way, I cannot jump. I think I could jump. Oh, okay. Do you want to try to attack a pig and see what happens? Seems you cannot attack a pig. They are probably just but anyway, I don't know. I think the and then in this house, obviously you can enter, right? You're welcome. So you enter into the house. The house is made of, you know, a million doors and things. You can open the doors. There are people. This is probably a bitch. I'm sorry for that. But no, maybe not. I don't know. The way it's dressed. I don't know. The dress is a bit weird, but fine. And you can search everything. You can, you know, there are chests. You can search. You can. Here are the cows. I mean, true, there is not a lot, maybe, but look at how many NPC are walking by. Look at how many NPC are walking by. I don't know why I cannot ask about him, though. If you have anything interesting, why I cannot ask about himself? Because we only have location, we have where is, we have people, we have tell me. But we cannot, we can ask any news, okay, fine. And then, like in any Elder Scroll, if you want, you can attack this guy, right? But if you do, like I did now, I killed him, I think. Then the guards will arrive, right? The guards will arrive and will... Do you wish to surrender to the city guard? Okay, yes. And then you go to the jail, right? So now I cannot return into that place ever again, right? So they banned me from this place. But anyway. I mean, the inventory is super simple, but anyway, it's nice and... Yeah, 1996. 1996, my boys. Can you believe it? I mean, this map is like insane, right? So many locations, so many places, so many things to do, so many quests. So I don't even know how many locations he has, but so I don't know how many locations. I don't know if there is a number, but over 15,000. 15,000, bro. 15,000 locations to explore. The game world map is roughly 195 miles by 330 miles. Nah, is absolutely mind blowing. Mind blowing. Completely mind blowing, my boys. Okay, let's save this. Okay, so I think we did pretty much everything we wanted to do, also because I'm finishing my time and I have to go. But I think is all the right side is working. And what we have to do, we have to ensure that now the give function for the assets is actually storing the asset in the city, but that should not be that hard because actually we have the city, we have the asset ID. So what we will have to do, we will have to search the city, right? And then within the city, find the proper. The only thing that bothers me a bit is that none of these things is a pointer, right? So when we have to update it, we basically have to delete the entry and then add it again. So similarly to what we do when we do the other give, right? Yeah. When we do the other give, when we do the other give, if this is coins, remove the coins. Can we also make this function maybe generic, because even if here we do is slightly different. Maybe we can make this function generic, because actually, you know, it's very similar. It will basically be the same. But anyway, guys, I have to go to dinner, so I don't want to start a new thing now, because I have like 5 minutes and then. So thank you for watching. I think we made good progress, and I will see you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. Meanwhile, if you want to click follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that would be very appreciated. Also, it's free for you. And if you want to play our game, remember our game is actually released and the server is up. So you can download it here. If you scroll down, there are the links. You can download it for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac. Okay, guys, so I will see you tomorrow evening. I think we made a very good progress, and we are nearly there. Now, the benefits will be a big part of this, but I will say bye-bye. Goodbye, everyone.